Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, the Crystal Award ceremony is always a very special moment at the annual meeting in Davos. And certainly today, if it can take place at the opening session. This gives us all the opportunity to start the coming intense and busy days on a positive and uplifting note, and we will be inspired for our constructive work. The Crystal Award is based on an initiative we took together with the late Lord Yehudi Menuhin, who has been an ardent supporter of the World Economic Forum and a good personal friend. It honors every year outstanding artists who not only excel in their profession, but also make a special effort to use their talent and their energy for a social cause. This year, I have the great pleasure to introduce to you two wonderful musicians who span different continents and different types of music, both with centuries of tradition and who also are engaged in very different social causes. A.R. Rahman. Even if you are not an avid movie or musical goer, names like Bombay Dreams, Slumdog Millionaire, or recently The Lord of the Rings certainly evoke memories. Mr. Rahman is the composer of countless scores and soundtracks. He is an all-around musician, singer, and songwriter. He started his career at a very young age and is now one of the world's great living composers. He helped redefine contemporary Indian music. And he was just telling me recently that his film is nominated for several awards. Mr. Rahman is the recipient of numerous distinctions and awards, among them the Indian National Award of the Best Music Composer, 2 Grammys, the Golden Globe, 2 Academy Awards. He is involved in various charitable causes, like the Stop TB Partnership, Save the Children India, and he also serves as the UN Ambassador for the Millennium Development Goals. With his A.R. Rahman Foundation, he helps poor and underprivileged children. Mr. Rahman, would you please join me on stage?
Thank you. Such a privilege to be here. It's a beautiful city, and I had a good ride from Zurich to Davos. I've been in music for almost 30 years. I've been a session musician, composer, singer, and all the stuff. Then I realized that I need more motivation in my life. And that made me think of different ways of achieving that. So some of the ways are starting a foundation and helping the underprivileged, starting a school called KM Music Conservatory, where we try to enrich Western classical, Indian classical, and all the stuff. In my life journey, I think I've learned a couple of things I want to share with you. Is that I believe that countries who work towards eradicating poverty and who uplift the poor are the best. And in most of the complicated problems in life could have very simple solutions, but the people in power have to step down and deal with in a very human level. And now, this is a very important message. I started this conservatory of Western classical music in my car shed and built a building for this, and now I want to expand it to a 40-acre land near Chennai, and because there's no symphony orchestra in India, and we want to do one native symphony orchestra which has Indians playing it. If anybody has a lot of millions to provide, you can, you can support the foundation and be a part of the music. Jai Hind, ella appakodum iravanike. God bless. Thank you for this.
José Carreras needs no introduction. He is a celebrated tenor. He has performed with the most important orchestras and directors, sang the most famous arias in all the operas we can imagine. However, as we all know, and as José Carreras has experienced, our lives can suddenly change dramatically. But instead of giving up, he continues his performances, and since 1988, he presides over the José Carreras International Leukaemia Foundation, which is currently one of his most important goals and priorities. The foundation's work includes clinical research, campaigns to increase bone marrow and blood donations, improving clinical infrastructure and social services to leukemia patients and their families. José Carreras has received numerous awards and distinctions for both his artistic and humanitarian work. Please, Mr. Carreras, join me on stage.
Good evening. First of all, let me thank the World Economic Forum for this award. I received it on behalf of two really important groups of people who fight against the life-threatening disease of leukemia. Patients and their families on one hand, scientists, researchers, and healthcare professionals on the other. At previous editions on this ceremony and on this very stage, our predecessors have accepted awards whilst stating that arts can contribute to make this world a better and fairer place. Arts appeal to what is common in all human beings and to all sorts of fundamental feelings. Arts remind us that we are made of the same material, regardless of race or social condition. Arts are the instrument for the claims against lack of justice, and opera is full of admirable characters embodying the fight against oppression. Music and singing have accompanied many historical moments where humanitarian and humanity is taking steps forward on its way to freedom and democracy. As opera singers, we have the privilege of reaching to people all over the world. We are very fortunate being able to build our lives whilst benefiting from the magical creations of composers and receiving the affection of the audiences. I feel it is our duty to use our popularity in order to give as much back to society as we receive from it. In my case, I carry another debt. As a cure patient, it is only natural that I am permanently in debt to scientists and healthcare professionals. All the modest work I've done in promoting the fight against leukemia is just my attempt to transform my gratitude into something tangible. As you all know very well, nothing can be achieved without collaboration. So this award also belongs to my family and to the prominent doctors who have joined me in this endeavor, to bone marrow and cord blood donors who have responded to our appeals, and to the companies and individuals that give us their financial support. You are here to improve your understanding of the present and to try to shape a better future for your societies, your companies, and your collaborators. Let me tell you briefly about the future I dream of. I dream of a time where leukemia will be a curable disease, always, and for every patient. Our modest contribution to this dream will be the creation of a research institute based in my hometown of Barcelona. And this institute will be exclusively devoted to understanding this disease better and to finding ways to improve treatment and, if possible, find a definitive cure. I hope, I very much hope, that next time your responsibilities take you to Barcelona, is a beautiful city, by the way, it will be able to show you, I will be able to show you our dream turn into reality. The first steps are already taken. The Institute is going to be very soon a wonderful reality. Thank you very much.
Mr. Carreras has graciously agreed to sing for us. Thank you.
Lo metto qua sul pianoforte? No, mettilo qui. Metto qua. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much. Maestro Vavai and myself, we would like to perform for you a Neapolitan song. Neapolitan songs always form important part of the tenor's repertoire, from Caruso, Gili until our days. And the title of the song is Passione, Passion. I think we all know about. Please.
Vicino te sento, chissà chi stia momento, tu chi pensa che fai. Tu m'ammi s'intervene, non veleno cattoce, non m'appesa sta croce, capracino. Ti amo, te peco, te seco, te sonno, e non c'è pienza, che sto qui non è buona, che io fine cammino, ma non saggio addovaco, io sempre embriaco e non bevo mai vino. Ho già fatto un avuto a Madonna da neve, si me passa sta frega